89 years ago, a little more than 89 years ago in New Jersey, and my parents were immigrants. They were I was a first generation American, member of the United States. And my parents were not political, although they left Europe because of the pogroms. They're Jewish, and they were Jewish, and they left because of the pogroms. They did not want oppression. My father did not want to be in the Polish army or any of that. And they understood oppression. And I had heard the stories of their oppression and knew that there was something better than that, and felt okay about being in the United States. I did not know anything about anarchism because my brothers were both communists. One of my brothers was in the Young Communist League, and they both joined the Communist Party. And we had never heard of anarchism at all. Now we moved to Brooklyn in 1927, and Brooklyn was a hotbed of anarchism. But I had not heard about it. Did not know about anarchism. I knew I was not a communist. That I knew perfectly well. And I knew how I felt about life and about the struggle in the world. Then I came to San Francisco and started working at a bookstore called Modern Times. And in Modern Times were 3 anarchists. And they were having a party. And they invited me to the party. And as soon as they started talking, I said, this is me. This is who I am. So at 50, I became an anarchist. This was what I was. I knew that I was an anarchist. And since then, I've been an anarchist. And spoke about it too, and enjoyed being an anarchist. And we did all kinds of things. We had a little group. We published a paper called Free Association. It was fine. It was a lot of fun. We had projects. We did a big billboard. The PG&E, which is the gas company here, the private gas company, they had prices are going up, but we're not raising our prices. So we said prices are going up, collectivize. We changed it. And then we had a project where we put some old television sets on the ground and beat them up and took pictures and broke them down and that's the kind of thing we were doing. That was in the early 70s. But then the group broke up. And so I've been, kind of moving around in anarchism this way and that way, one way and another. But I knew about Bound Together Books in 1976 when they opened, and I said, well, I'm going to work here when I retire from Modern Times. Modern Times is not an anarchist bookstore, it's a progressive bookstore. It's been here. I will celebrate my 90th birthday next year at Modern Times. They're celebrating their 40th. I started there when I was 50, and now we're both going to celebrate the 40th and the 90th. It's very appropriate. It's a very good bookstore. They're not anarchists, but they're very progressive. And then when I moved into Bound Together, then I felt like I was a real anarchist because we were really reproducing anarchist thought by bringing it to the community. They've been doing this for 35 years. And we've had a book fair every year for the last 16 years, which brings anarchist bookstores and magazine publishers, all kinds of periodical distributors, 60 of them, 60 tables with distributors of all kinds of anarchist material. And we get about 3,500 people once a year on the weekend in early April. which we're very proud of because it's very popular. And we bring all kinds of speakers, anarchist speakers. One year we had Yiddish anarchism, and we're going to do another one of those this year. And Jensen's been there, many American anarchists have been there.